The market for loanable funds is a simplified analysis of the relationship between savers and borrowers. The graph that's shown on the slide shows the interest rate on the y-axis, and that is represented by an R. And then on the x-axis, we have quantity of dollars. But in class, you may see it as quantity of loanable funds. The upward sloping curve represents savings, which creates the supply of loanable funds. This is the portion of income not spent on goods and services. The upward sloping slope shows the direct relationship. As interest rates increase, savers are more inclined to save, which increases the quantity of loanable funds. The downward sloping curve represents investments. This is the economic definition of investments, so the purchase of physical capital or technology. The downward slope shows the inverse relationship. As interest rates rise, investors demand less money or funds. Now we're going to take a look at the determinants of savings. The first one being wealth. As wealth increases, people save more since they have a bigger portion of funds available. Next is current economic conditions. When there's an economic boom, there is an increase in savings, and when there's a recession, we have a drop in savings. Then we have expectations of future economic conditions. If a recession is expected, people will save more now in preparation. Next, we have uncertainty. With increased uncertainty about the future, people are more inclined to save as a precaution. Borrowing constraints. If there's an increase in borrowing constraints, people are of course less likely to borrow. Therefore, they will save more money for larger purchases, creating an increase in savings. Social welfare policies. Social welfare policies are better. People are less inclined to save as a precaution for unemployment or retirement. And finally, culture. Depending on the culture, you may have been taught to save more than others who have maybe not been taught the importance of savings. A good example of this is the Chinese people tend to save more than Americans because of the different cultures and traditions. Now we're going to look at the determinants of investments. Expectations about future probability of current investments is the first one on the list. If the probability is expected to be high, then investors are more inclined to make investments. Next, we have uncertainty. Uncertainty will cause investments to go down since investors are uncertain the path of the economy. And finally, changes in government budget deficit. Since investments are a combination of public and private investments will increase as the government decides to borrow more.